All right, guys, so I'm here at the Simaero facility, the second training facility outside Charles de Gaulle Airport. And we have the A350-900 CAE simulator behind us. I'm being joined today with Joseph from Simaero. So he's actually a simulator engineer. So thank you for coming, Joseph, today and doing this interview. So we have a few questions for you. But what new technology do you see here in this simulator that you haven't seen before? What's something new that this simulator brings to the table compared to your older simulators that you have?
Okay. So right behind us we have this state-of-art simulator. We have many new technologies inside, just like things using electrical energy. We are not using hydraulic anymore, so there is no oil leaks that we can have on the motion system. We have a more precise motion, so we can replicate the best how the pilot feels when they are flying inside this simulator. Also on the maintenance side, we also have many computers, and we do not use that much rehost computers that try to simulate, to emulate what is in the real aircraft, so it's easy for maintenance. It's also easy to upgrade and to try to match the real aircraft. So for the maintenance team, it's very easy to operate. The failures happen less.
Okay, so the chances of failures, you mean like on the engineering and electrical component side, the chance of failures are less?
Yeah.
So that means you don't have to replace parts as often, or they don't?
That's right, that's right. So for the maintenance it's good, and for the replacement part, it's also easy to get and easy to replace. So this is very good for the maintenance team to how to maintain, and also good for the pilot because they have something that replicates the plane the best.
All right, very nice. So one question I have for you is, it's a very huge simulator, right? Does it all come as one part? Like, did somebody just take it and transport it from point A to point B, or does it come in parts? So how do you transfer this? How do you guys get it delivered?
As you might imagine, I guess, it's coming in many parts. Yeah. So we can bring it in many ways, different ways, by air, by boat, and by train or by the road. We have all those doors on the side that can lift up, and we can bring the biggest part right almost in the complete shape. So we have the motion system apart. We also have the simulator cockpit apart, and also the computers apart. So these are the three main parts, and where they bring everything inside, and we assemble it.
Okay, very nice. So you assemble everything in-house, I'm assuming. Yeah.
But what I want to precise is that it's not our job to assemble it. The manufacturer, where we bought it, they came with a team, and this team is specialized for assembling the simulators.
All right, very nice. And how long does it take to assemble? Like, how long did it take to assemble this one, for example, roughly?
It might be really surprising, but in between 15 days and 30 days, it can be done. All the process is about how to certificate every part. So we have to certificate that the motion operates in the good range. We have to certificate that all the systems are responding the same and proper to the airplane. So the whole process of certification is much more longer than what actually is needed to fit everything inside.
Okay, very nice. What's the most complicated part of your job, or what's the most challenging? What would you say, being a simulator engineer? What's one thing that you find challenging?
This depends, but I can find two aspects of this. The first one is to be familiar with the aircraft, because we are not pilots. So in order to answer to the pilot request, we have to know how the system works. So we have to practice to have the knowledge about how the system operates in real life, and try to understand then, for the second thing, how the computers emulate this. So these are the two main parts. First, understand the way the real aircraft works, and the most hardest is how our system translates it and how we can tweak it to make it match what the pilots are requesting.
All right, nice. And how many hours of training do you usually get done on the simulator? Like, how many pilots do you train a year, maybe? I don't know. How do you usually measure it? Is it in hours, or is it in how many pilots trained?
It might be in hours. It depends on the company we have. So if we have a lot of them, we will have a lot of training on the simulators and a lot of trainings for the pilot too. But I want to take one aspect. If one company come here, they will have like training for maybe 2, 3, 4 months regarding if they are starting a new training for the guys or if they are doing recurrent training to maintain pilot abilities. So this depends on what kind of training they are doing. And if we have many companies doing this, those simulators can run for like 20 hours a day. And we have like 4 hours to do the maintenance. And regarding what's needed, we can allocate more hours to do the maintenance or allocate more for the training if the simulator is working fine.
All right, nice. So you're a 24/7 operation, if I understood correctly.
Yeah.
So 20 hours a day for training and simulating, and then 4 hours for the maintenance, right?
Basically, yeah.
And are those hours usually at midnight, or can they be at any time of the day, depending on when the scheduled timings are?
Usually they are in the night, because in the night we have less people want to come to train. I can understand, but it can be in the day, but usually it's the night that we have the free slot that we can use to work on the simulator like effectively.
All right, very nice. Thank you so much, Joseph. I really appreciate your time today. I just have one question for all my followers. What advice can you give to somebody that wants to become a simulator engineer? Any tips from you as being the professional here?
I don't know. I think I would say that if you have the opportunity, you can apply for a job and try to make it. I will talk for myself, but I'm myself an aviation enthusiast. I wanted to be a pilot first, like many people, and I have the opportunity to work here. This has been now 12 years I'm working here, so you can understand that I really love the job. Even if I'm not a pilot as I wish before, I'm still happy to be almost like one and also understand many things related to the simulator operation. So if you have the opportunity, just try it. I think you will like it. First, you love aviation, then you try. It will be okay.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Joseph. I really appreciate it.